You mentioned you had about 30 to 50 songs. When did the album start to take shape? Was there a common theme, or were you looking for certain things?
Well, the album did definitely take shape before we started the final recording process. I think we were discovering a lot while writing the songs, discovering what our running theme was, or maybe our mantra.
Which was?
Which eventually became what the album was called, Talking is Hard, you know. I forget when you brought that. I mean, we were still in the Mason Lodge when you brought up the idea of Talking is Hard.
I think we were in LA.
Really? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's right in the beginning. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sort of pre-pro time.
Right, exactly. Before we'd gotten into recording. We're obviously still working this memory out. But yeah, I guess the idea for the sort of overarching theme of the record, I think, which eventually we named Talking is Hard, is sort of empowerment and acceptance. And the idea that with all these songs, with all this music, we're writing about the planet melting and how are we going to deal with that, and we're writing about same-sex marriage and our frustration with that being the slowness to which with which that was being legalized in America, and then at the same time just like love and friends and stuff like that. And we realized through all of this, there's this idea of empowerment and coming together and sort of finding the best version of yourself.
And figuring out how to express your feelings on these things, because some of these issues are such huge issues and things that are so much bigger than us and our reach. And how do you talk about these things and make any difference, have an impact? And it's really hard to, down to the simple words. Talking is hard. It's hard to talk about these things with people, even just family members or friends, let alone the rest of the planet. So
yeah, it takes courage to speak your mind and to to speak out about these things.
When did you, as a band or personally as well, become comfortable with this, talking about this? Was there a moment, or what? Because the way I perceive the songs is that they were written from the perspective of maybe outsiders. So
what do you mean?
Well, in the sense that it might not be the popular opinion that you're voicing, but an important one nonetheless. But that's my interpretation.
That's cool.
I wouldn't say they were unpopular opinions in any way. Like we share a lot of these opinions with people who are very close to us.
Yeah, I'm curious what opinions you mean are sort of the outsider opinion.
Well, just growing up, I can't remember which song, but growing up as at high school might have been difficult and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I guess in Walk the Moon, we're not afraid to sort of play the role of the everyday kid, of the dork, of the, just to the average person who's maybe stuck in their own head or something. Because I think we've all been there before.
Yeah. It's not just playing a role. It's we relate to it in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And that's sort of like the character that comes up. I talked about it as a character because as soon as sort of pen hits paper, even if the lyric comes from an autobiographical place, the song becomes about its own character. But like in Shut Up and Dance and in this new music video for Work This Body, these are characters that are sort of facing their fears in one way or the other.
And like you say, you develop a character, but is this something that you've grown comfortable with kind of that sorry, empowerment thing. Was there a moment in your life that you felt this way?
I don't think so. I think that's kind of the point, is that talking is hard, and it's always just going to be that way, and you're never going to be able to do it perfectly every time, you know? And every time we get up on stage, you know, we may not be nervous to play our music again, but it is like, you do have to go out on a limb. You still have to get yourself out there and be willing to, you know, to show your colors, to show your own secrets, I guess.
Well, I think there is a point where you identify with it. You realize it, and maybe you become a little more comfortable with that idea. Even if you can't change it, you at least become more comfortable with the idea. And you know, maybe there was a certain point where we realized that, or at least realized what we were trying to talk about. Yeah.
Well, because like you say, you do discuss topics that are sometimes difficult to talk about. Have you heard reactions from your fans about the music that?
Yeah, they hate it. No, I'm just
but where they came up to you and said something, or?
All the time. We're very lucky to have such dedicated fans all over the planet. We get amazing letters and videos, messages online all the time, and even handwritten notes at shows. And it really blows us away how much people have connected with this stuff. And you know, I don't think we only could ever dream of it reaching that many people. You know, we never were like, people are gonna love this right here. This is it. This is what people are gonna connect to for sure. And this and this and this. It's just people react to it and let us know what they connect with, and it really blows us away.
But part of it that I think was intentional, that you wanted to give them something to think about, right?
Totally.
Definitely, yeah. It's part of the idea of Talking is Hard is trying to give people the courage or empowerment to talk about it anyway, to get over it. Like, yeah, it's difficult, so get over it, do it anyway, or find a different way. If you can't speak about it, dance about it, or write about it, or make a movie about it, you know. And that's, like Kevin was saying, our fans, that's one thing we've seen people get so creative, or we got the opportunity to sort of offer our song to the Deaf Professional Artists Network, and they made this video for our song Different Colors with an all-deaf cast and crew, and sort of, you know, singing along with the song in sign language. You know, and the song initially, the seed of the song was about equality and same-sex marriage, but it's about diversity of all kinds. And so for that special group of people to relate to that and to find that meaning was so powerful for us.
Finally, because I think my time is almost up, but the album was released a little over a year ago. So are you writing new material already?
Yeah.
All the time.
Okay.
I don't think we ever stopped. I mean, we always look forward to a moment where we can step out of everything and focus on new material, but those moments are becoming fewer and further between as this thing gets bigger and bigger. So I think we're always aware, we're always keeping an eye out for new inspiration, and always writing things down and coming up with little bits and pieces on the road. And I'm sure we'll figure out a point where we can take out some time and really get some new material going.
Hopefully before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Well, I often hear that the music that people write is kind of a snapshot of that moment in time for their lives. So do you notice already certain things about what you're writing now?
Sure. I mean, you know, for me, a lot of times when I'm writing, it's about, it begins with something that's happened in my life, emotionally or on the road or whatever. So I think that's accurate, having a snapshot. I mean, it's a way for us to deal with it. You know, it's like it's like therapy, writing music.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks.